Morning, everyone. So I just kind of recently came into an experience of something this week that I want to share with you. And I hope at least you'll find it useful on your journey. So I think with all of our path and spirituality, we inevitably get led outside of the realm of the body-mind world and into the spiritual realm, which is so beautiful. And recognize our true nature as source, as spirit, as God, right? And I think that can also, and kind of relating to my last video a little bit, that can also lead us to kind of an abandoning of the body-mind a little bit. And I think that's part of the path. I think that's part of the awakening process is, first, at least I experienced a little bit of boredom. Kind of like, all right, well then what's the point? I'm bored. None of this matters, right? And then kind of beyond that, then you go into kind of a rejecting of the body mind, and a putting down of its wants and desires and ego in kind of a self-abandonment. I was going to say rejecting. I don't think that's completely it. I think it's more of just like oh, your needs aren't important. Like you're just a body mind, you're just an ego, whatever. And that's one way to do it, right? And I don't completely understand the yogic tradition, but it appears as though some of the very, very intense, very long meditation practices where the body's deprived of food and water is just kind of this abandonment of the body. And I'm not making any sort of judgment, good or bad, on that. It just is, right? But I had a bit of an awakening this week, and what's so cool is these awakenings, aren't they great? Because they're just ever new. They're ever unfolding. They're ever awakening upon awakening. And how fun is that? It's just so fun. So there's that. Thank you for that, Spirit. So we talk about this process of Kundalini, which is really your unique expression energetically as a body mind with the power of consciousness as spirit, right? And so this ability to embody the temporal, which is the body, right? Inhabit the body and love the body and embrace the body in its uniqueness, right? So it's like think about a lamp, and consciousness is the light, and you put different color lampshade on the light, and that light kind of projects differently based on the lampshade, and that's kind of how you can think of your body mind. And it's really beautiful, the unique expression of the light through that shade and through that body mind. And when you embody your body mind and really just love yourself as God in the body mind, you can really enjoy this time in life and beautiful things unfold around you. That's part of the message I wanted to share today. The next part of this message, I think we can misunderstand the expression of spirit in a body mind to think that we are not completely God. This idea of fragment of God, I think, leads us to an incompletion of God, which I think points us to separation still. I think that when we talk about, and I'm sure people who follow this path have heard about the holographic expression of God throughout the universe. Everything in the universe is a holographic expression of God. It is whole and complete in every particle. It is fully God in every particle. The only limitation is the dense 3D realm, right? But that's not to say it's not complete in itself, right? So being a fragment of God, having a human experience, is simply meaning you are a holographic representation of God. You are a complete God in a human experience. And everything reflecting back to you is really you. So I think when people talk about big G God, little g God, I understand where they're heading with that, but I think sometimes it leads us into still a separation. You are whole, complete God, holographic expression as a human being. And this 3D realm is the only sort of kind of dense, where energy is a little bit more dense, right? Yes, the energy is a little more dense. So again, continue to create your reality inside, in your mind's eye. Send love and acceptance to the 3D that's expressing, knowing that pushing on the the 3D here is not where it's at. Continue to love and accept that and go internally. But go internally without abandoning your body, mind. If that makes sense. What I'm saying is create your environment internally, but not in a rejection way of your life, a rejection way of the needs and wants of your body. Really fall in love, like I keep saying, fall in love with your body mind as an expression of God having a human experience. And it's so beautiful, right? So, whatever your name is, you can really just look at yourself and your totality and your humanness. You are a perfect human. Mistakes and all. Being a human means we tend to forget, and that's the whole point, is to come here in this dense environment and continue to remember ourselves. What's beautiful is that when we come here as a human being, spirit, the journey is to have spirit remember itself as God having a human experience. And the coupling with that of the human body, mind, recognizing itself as God having a human experience. And that is kind of the merging of what the Hindu terms are called Shiva and Shakti, the merging of the two, in what's called a Kundalini awakening, meaning your unique expression of God as body-mind. Not God in spite of body-mind. I think that's where some of us are separated and still feeling and manifesting lacks in life is we have desires as the body. And when I say desires, I don't mean like in the wanting lack state. I mean as we have things we want to intend to bring into our life, and we reject that. And that's resistance. So really just embrace this idea of falling in love with your body mind as God having a human experience. And the continuing unfolding of spirit remembering itself and human body mind recognizing itself as God is such a powerful explosion of energy within your body mind that is what really brings out unique talents and skills. That is what draws amazing things to you, and just allow spirit to bring you into an experience of that. I'm not necessarily recommending this, but I'm going to tell you what I was doing when I had this kind of awakening to that. I was meditating on the Kundalini awakening, and all that is, guys, is a Hindu term. I don't want everybody to get caught up in the words and get freaked out by the words. It's a Hindu term explaining the body-mind coming into an awareness of itself as God, and God, spirit, recognizing itself and remembering itself, right? It's just very beautiful. I was prompted to listen to the 528 hertz, which is the solar plexus chakra, which is where your kind of masculine energy originates. It's where, masculine energy is associated with all consciousness. And then your sacral chakra, which is 417 hertz, is kind of where your feminine energy exists. We all have feminine and masculine energy. The feminine energy is really the intention behind things, and the power and the energy of the temporal. And the healing and merging of those two in us is really what creates forward motion, which is the Kundalini awakening. So I don't want to go into that whole teaching. I'm going to actually teach a module on social goods about that, but look it up if you want. It's really beautiful. But it's just the merging of these two energies, and the body mind recognizing itself as God, and spirit remembering itself through a human experience. Beautiful. And then beautiful things unfold, and healing starts to take place in your life in areas you don't even know are needing it. So I just wanted to share that. There's also multiple Kundalini awakenings, heart or chakra balancing meditations, whatever you're drawn to. If none of that resonates, no problem. Take it for checking, take it for your own experience. But it's just been such a beautiful unfoldment for me. And I have just come into an awakening of love for myself that I don't think I've ever experienced. Not that I didn't see myself as lovable, but I think, again, this rejection of body-mind is such a Western thing, that I think all of us spend a lot of time trying to heal that, And whether that's a Kundalini meditation or getting yourself a cupcake, whatever resonates with you, do it. So anyway, hopefully you find that helpful. If you would like to book a one-on-one session with me, my website is seewithash.com. Otherwise, leave me a like, drop me a comment if you so choose. Hope you have a wonderful Friday.